guys, hopefully you're doing fine and keeping safe wherever you are. My name is Quinta and welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I'll be doing something so different. I'm going to tag you along in how I study my Bible and get closer to God. So it's not something so difficult. I think I'm gonna take 20 minutes. So yeah, I'm born again, I'm a Christian, and today I just want to study the book of 2 Samuel chapter 9, and I'll be using the NIV version. So when we look at 2 Samuel chapter 9, it is a book that usually inspired me so much, and I think the subject that I can, before I start reading my Bible, I always look at the situation that I am in. It always depends with my moods, and it always depends with what I also feel that day. So like today, I was just feeling like I need to study something that can motivate someone or can make someone who is at the verge of losing hope to have a little bit of hope. And when you look at the book of 2 Samuel chapter 9, it talks about Mephibosheth. And when we look at this story, it is a story of somebody who was really hopeless, somebody who had remained and behind. So my title, the first thing I do when I want to get to my Bible and to study it, I look at the theme or the title. So today's title, I'm going to talk about I'm going to read, and now that I'm talking to you, I'm going to talk about feeling like you've remained, something to do with remaining. So my main theme will be remaining, like remaining behind. And people have remained behind in different perspectives, and remaining behind also is similar to being left behind, like now being left behind. I think now I'm gonna tag remaining behind with being left behind. So people have remained in a lot of perspectives. Maybe someone was supposed to be booking, was supposed to be flying at around 8 a.m. in the morning, but they came late and their flight left before they arrived. That is one form of remaining. There is another remaining whereby you are supposed to be going somewhere with people and people left and you remained. So in Christian perspective, there is also that part that comes remaining, whereby you feel like you are so stuck. People are moving, their lives are going on ahead, their lives are beautiful, their stories are beautiful, but for you, you have remained and you are stuck. So I want to talk about the book of 2 Samuel chapter 9. And it's about David and Mephibosheth. To bring you back a little bit, when we look at David and how the book of David and Mephibosheth's story is coming, David was a friend to Jonathan, and Jonathan was the son of King Saul. And you remember, before David flew away from Saul's face, Saul wanted to kill him. And it's Jonathan who told him, like, my father wants to kill you. So David had to run away. And David was a friend to Jonathan so much. And now the book begins by telling us from chapter 9, chapter 9, David asked, is there anyone still left in the house of Saul to whom I can show kindness for Jonathan's sake? So remember, David and Jonathan were friends, but now the father to Jonathan is the person who wanted to kill David. The same thing when we as Christians, we grow or we meet with our friends, and things happen to us and we become leaders. Now in this position, David was already a leader, and leaders would often want to oppress the people who did them wrong. And if it was somebody like David, he would have really repaid these people with evil. But now you remember he's saying, is there anyone still left in the house of Saul so that I can do them kindness for the sake of Jonathan? A lot of people, when they get into the position of leadership, they don't remember to be kind just for the sake of the people who voted them in, or the sake of friendship or anything. They forget to be kind, and they start messing in life, and they don't get to do good to people. And now here is the story of David. After all the humiliation from King Saul and everything, he is still like, is there somebody who has remained? And with him he's using, is there anyone still left of the house of Saul? Is there somebody who is still left? So the term left is what I'm going to use to get to my to link it with my theme. Is saying, is there somebody who is left in the house of Saul, so that I can do them kindness? The same applies to us. With us, we may be left in our different situations. We can be left at our homes where we are coming from. You feel like you and your family and your home, things are happening to other people, but to you, you are left. Even you as a teen, or you as a youth, or as an adult, you may feel like things are happening in other people's lives, but to you, you are left. So David is also asking, in the house of Saul, is there somebody that is left that I can show them kindness? In verse 2, we are being told, now there was a servant of Saul's household named Ziba. They summoned him to appear before David, and the king said to him, are you Ziba? And he replied, at your service. The king asked, is there no one still alive from the house of Saul to whom I can show God's kindness? Ziba answered the king, there is still a son of Jonathan. He is lame in both feet. So, like, in as much as David wanted to do kindness to these people, there is somebody who will always know you, and there is somebody who will always be asked about you anywhere you go, or anywhere these people may be. So David wanted somebody from the house of Saul, so that, like, anybody who had remained. And Ziba happened to be working for Saul's family. So Ziba came and was like, yes, I know someone who is there. But Ziba said, but you see, the moment the but is introduced in the sentence, it means like the first sentence has lost its meaning. So he said there is someone, but they are lame. You get? So yes, someone was remaining in that house, but this person was lame. That also applies in our situations. We can be remaining in our situations, but even as we are remaining in these situations, we are still lame in them. And David asked, where is he? Ziba answered, he is at the house of Machir, son of Amiel, in Lodibar. So King David had him brought from Lodibar, from the house of Machir, son of Amiel. So even after David was told, like, this person is lame, he did not get discouraged, like, I cannot help a lame person, and I'm not just going to do this, because you see, the reporter who came to him was saying he is lame. So in our lives, we also have reporters who are like, this person does not deserve this favor, this person is available, but they introduce a but in your situations. So when he was told, like, the person was lame, and the person's name was Mephibosheth, now the son to Jonathan. So I'm imagining the life of Mephibosheth. Like, the father was a king, the grandfather was a king, the father was somebody who was well known, but now, out of all those wealth and riches, it reaches a point whereby he became lame. You get? And when I studied Bible, there is a place where it was being said, like, he was not born lame. They went for battle, and in that battle, their people died, and he's the only person who remained from that household. So in the point whereby he was lame, King David still said he needed to look for this person. So I'm imagining the life of Mephibosheth, where he was, you are lame, you've lost everything, and you are being accommodated in somebody else's house. That was Mephibosheth. So I'm even imagining, by the time he was told, like, the king wants to see you, the things that were going in his mind. Maybe according to him, he thought he had done something wrong, or he had done something crazy, because a lame person being wanted by a king, it was something so unusual. So I'm imagining somebody like now Mephibosheth in his situation. He thought it was over for him. He thought it's he is going to be the way he is, and nothing will ever change. And God had a plan for him, even in as much as his fathers and his grandfather had died and nothing had remained from his household, and he had even went somewhere to be accommodated. God still had a purpose in his life, and that is why God used King David to help him. And David now sent his servants to go and pick this Mephibosheth guy. So I'm imagining now soldiers are being called and they're like, you go to this place and bring this person. So maybe Mephibosheth, I'm imagining Mephibosheth's situation when he was told like King David is looking for you, because I'm sure if he was being told King David was looking for him it was not going to be good news, because number one, King David was an enemy to his family. Like, the grandfather wanted to kill King David, so there is no way King David would do him justice. So that is the first thing that came into his mind. Me as Mephibosheth, who is lame, what can a king do to me? Like, why is it that the king wants to see me? So even in his position that he remained, God still showed him some mercy. So he was brought and was taken to where David was. So verse 6 is saying, when Mephibosheth, son of Jonathan, the son of Saul, came to David, he bowed down to pay him honor. David said, Mephibosheth, at your service, he replied. Don't be afraid, David said to him, for I will surely show you kindness for the sake of your father Jonathan. You see, now when he was brought to David, and now, like, I'm imagining the situation in which these soldiers carried him and took him to the palace, like, you know what, you are lame, but the king is looking for you. So when he went, he bowed his head down, and David assured him he should not be afraid. Probably he was afraid or something, but he was told not to be afraid. For I will surely show you kindness for the sake of your father Jonathan. I will restore to you all the land that belonged to your grandfather Saul, and you will eat at my table. So I'm imagining somebody like Mephibosheth, who was lame, the kind of his situation, where he was residing and where he was found and brought at the king's feet, and now the king is telling him, I will restore back all that was your father's and your grandfather's, and you will eat at my feet. And sometimes we may feel like we are left in some situations and it is really over for us, and we have remained, and we really don't know what God has, and we don't know what his purpose is, just like the story of Mephibosheth. So, like, God just returned everything to him. Within a twinkle of an eye, things really changed for him, because I'm imagining he was now being driven by the camels and so on, being brought to the king. After that, the king is like, don't be afraid. He's like, it's okay, I'm not going to be afraid. After that, he's being told, like, whatever that was yours, I'm going to return them all back. You see, God works in a way that it's so mysterious, and he uses people to help other people. So I don't know what came into Mephibosheth's mind, but the moment he was being told, like, don't be afraid, I will surely show you kindness for the sake of your father Jonathan. I will restore to you all the land that belonged to your grandfather Saul, and you will always eat at my table. Sometimes we may feel like things are done, it is really over for us, we are lame, and nothing can happen, no good thing can happen again. But at the verge of us giving up, where the hope is ending and so on, God just uses people to restore whatever was ours back to us. So maybe from wherever we are coming from, you can find like you're coming from a place whereby they're like, nothing good can ever come in this home, nothing good can ever come from these children, nothing good can ever come from, like, it's a trend whereby it is known, like, in such a place there is nothing good that can come, there is nothing good that can happen. He is a God who breaks all the protocols. David had a right to choose anybody, but now when he was told, like, this person is lame, you see, the people who introduce us to our destiny connectors also are people, I don't know, but sometimes the people who introduce us to our destiny connectors are the people who can mess. They are saying, yes, there is a person, but the person is lame. You get, like, even though there was a person, but my king, this person is lame, this person cannot help you, this person cannot do you any justice, this person cannot do something that you want to be done because he is lame. So maybe the people who we also associate with, or the people who interact with us, or the people who know us, can also help in seeing our identity. Yes, there's children in that home, but those children are poor. There is a girl in that house, but that girl is not married. There is a boy in that house, but that boy has no job. There is a child in that home, but that child is stupid. You see, the people who introduces us to our destiny connectors also matter a lot. So in as much as this Ziba told King David that there is a person at that place, but the person is lame, David did not care. And the same thing, sometimes we find, like, as we meet with people out there, they may now identify us with our weak points and our weak situations, but when it is our time, God doesn't care. When it is our time, that the time is really ripe for us to be helped, nothing can really stop these people from helping us, and nothing can stop God from using people to show us their kindness. So even though David was told, like, this guy was lame, he was like, no, but I just have to find him. So when he was found, and now he is being told, like, I will restore to you all the land that belonged to your grandfather Saul, and you will always eat at my table. Mephibosheth bowed down and said, what is your servant that you should notice a dead dog like me? You see, somebody like Mephibosheth also knows himself. He had given up in life, and he even called himself a dead dog. The same applies to us. Sometimes we feel like we can't do it, there's nothing good that can come from us, and we even brand ourselves names. We say we are dead, we say we are not worth it. And the same way now Mephibosheth is asking himself, what is good that you should notice a dead dog like me? Then the king summoned Ziba, Saul's steward, and said to him, I have given your master's grandson everything that belonged to Saul and his family. You and your sons and your servants are to farm the land for him and bring in the crops, so that your master's grandson may be provided for. And Mephibosheth, grandson of your master, will always eat at my table. So in as much as Mephibosheth had really remained, he thought it was over, he called himself a dead dog, God still had a purpose in his life. It was not too late for him. So to us, even sometimes we can feel it is really too late for us, and we feel like we cannot do it, we feel like we cannot move a step forward, but God has a purpose in whatever happens in our lives. It doesn't matter whether the thing that is where you have remained has taken a lot of years for you to get out of that place. It doesn't matter the kind of life that you feel like you have remained in. I usually tell people, you may feel like people are getting married, but you are not getting married. You may feel like people are having the life they want out there, but you are not having that life. You may feel like families are growing, but you and your family, you are still stuck. The same house your father lived in is the same house you are living, or your kids are living there. You may call yourself unlucky. You may call yourself the dead dog that Mephibosheth called himself, but when the time is right, God will align things, God will make things work out for you, and in his own timing, everything will really be beautiful. So whatever you are going out there, throughout there, in the field you may feel that you have remained, you are stuck, and things are not working out for you, be it I call them those ancestral lineage things that keep following even the 5th generation. You're like, my mom did not get a good job, my mom did not marry a good husband, my sister has no work, my sister did not marry, or something, people drink alcohol at our house. May you be the person who breaks the protocols, just the way David used Mephibosheth to break and to restore back whatever was there. So whatever was yours that your people didn't enjoy, you are the person who is going to enjoy it. Whatever was meant to you in the very single day when God brought you into this world and was creating you, even if it has not reached now, there is a time it will be brought to you and it will arrive to you. So don't give up, just remain hopeful, and God will surely restore back what belongs to you. So yeah, that was the message I had today. Not that the message I had today, but that is basically how I study my Bible. Like, I choose a chapter or a verse that I want to read, then I link it to my life situation, then I look at the end goal in the Bible and I link it to my end goal situation. So the way God did to Mephibosheth through David, he is still a good God, he is still a faithful God, and even right now he can still do it for us. Yeah, so I think it took me 20 good minutes, and it is always good to spare sometimes just to spend time in your Bible to read, or to spend time talking about God, or just something like that. So I hope the message that I've passed is going to motivate somebody out there. And yeah, thank you so much. Till next time.